Welcome to another Strada on the Road vlog. Come with us. Good afternoon. I'm May.
I'm Raul.
And we are the Strada on the Road. We came to show some improvements here.
And there are many improvements, right? A year of improvements. Improvements in Lindena. There is already a video from 1 year ago showing when we bought it, how it came. It was original, but we made several changes. And these changes and improvements are what we are going to show you now.
Come with us.
Come with us. First, let's start here at the front. It's the lights. I replaced everything with LEDs. All really white lights, stronger, more pleasant. I put LEDs here in both headlights. And I also added a small improvement, which is this light. It's not a fog lights, but it's a light fluid. It's a wide light, which helps the low light. I will show. I'll turn on the light. You can see it is very strong. And
the two connect together, right?
yes, together. Connect everything together, high light and low light. This is the first improvement. Next, this isn't an improvement, but it was a repair. I fixed this step. The step rises.
It's an improvement because it's stronger, right?
Yes, and the last video on the channel was fixing it. I'll put it on the card. This step breaks quite frequently on older road treks. I don't know about the newest ones, and I've seen that several people, road trek owners, have gone broke. So my cousin Carlos made it with fiber and iron. And it was super strong. It doesn't break anymore, right? No. And I put it here on a piece of road tire as a carpet to weigh it down. There is more, like this, which is available in Brazil.
But in Brazil, my father had one, but he stuck it in, fitted it where the glass went. Here it is glued on the outside.
Glued with double-sided tape. It stays strong. It looks good. Look, it's very useful.
It's because we don't have the window completely closed. There's air movement and it doesn't rain inside.
Another thing, I put a solar panel.
We're going to put the photo here for you now. From above.
There are 3 cells of 100 each, 100 watts. That is, 300 watts in total. It has a 2,500 watt inverter. And it's more than enough for everything, including air conditioning at night. A lot of people don't believe that. So I put in an economical air conditioner, and it works perfectly well. Here I also placed a small reversing sound. In other words, when I reverse, it starts making noise.
Alert someone, some child.
Of course, this is dangerous. And I also put it here. I put on light on the side. Here I also removed the original lamp and installed a LED light. It's stronger, and also I control it from the remote control from a small distance. If we're getting far, to see if there's anyone there for safety. Then if you wanted to stay permanently on, it has an original internal button. Just press the button and go. I placed the sensor on all tires. What's here? You can't even remove it. You have to have a special key. It will measure tire pressure and temperature. The wheel temperature. If you have a stuck brake, anything, the wheel heats up and ends up bursting. And the pressure, if it drops or becomes too high, indicates it on an instrument at inside. These are the 4 tires that are on the ground, plus the spare tire.
The spare tire is here. It's protected by a cover. And it also has the sensor. Nothing new in the garage.
Yes, there is something new in the garage, has the compressor.
Oh, true. That pillow isn't from there. Get out.
We bought a compressor. If a flat tire on the road or in a lonely place, I have a way to fix the tires, and the compressor helped me.
Oh, and another thing, we have a staircase here. The stairs, I'll put the photo up because it's difficult to get it out of here. This ladder is fantastic because if you need to clean the solar cells above, there is no way to climb up.
With this ladder, it's light, it's long, it's made of very good aluminum, and we already use it. And we also took 4 detachable chairs, type beach chairs. There are 2 of us, but there is always someone who will join us, and we have the 4 of us to sit down. Here we place the awning.
That awning gave us a lot of work because we had to go far away to get it, right, Raul?
It was almost 250 miles to go, 250 to return. That I went to get it, but I didn't go with Lindana. I went to get it with my car. This is my car. She didn't go with me. She couldn't go because she didn't fit. The awning took up so much space that it couldn't fit an extra passenger. And we also have, which we will show you, the mosquito net.
Yes, the mosquito net. We need to modify the mosquito net, but we have used it before and we approved.
It already works. Now, it needs some improvements. Here, in this lower part, there are some magnets that will stay stuck to prevent insects from the bottom.
Yes, you need to make modifications because otherwise mosquitoes will enter underneath here. And here we don't have the mosquito net part, it's double here.
You'll see.
Here we use it at a campground and approve the use, just waiting to make the changes. Open the door.
Opening the door.
And here is an improvement that Raul made for me. This here helps me climb, it's super strong. At first, he thought he wouldn't be able to position it correctly, but look, strong, strong, strong. Why? For me to climb here. This part of the door here, it's uncomfortable to reach here. And there is, behind this chair, there is a handle too. But this chair is turned every time we are in the campground. So I hold it here and I go up and I'm like, oh, and climb more easily. Huh? Perfect. My Euro gear loose here. Anyone who reads Disney comics will understand.
Well, this is the device that shows the temperature of tires. Here is in centigrade. And here the pressure, 71, 69, and others. And here is the position of each tire that is being measured. It has several empty fields because it is for trucks. You can measure up to 16 tires. In my case, there are only 5. So, okay, this one is fake. This one doesn't have a tire. Now it's going to come here. (23 degrees centigrade, 58 pounds. And so it goes. The spare tire has less pounds, always. Well, here are more instruments that I put here. This one has clock and height above sea level. GPS and whether it's going up or down. The digital compass too. Well, it's not really digital, but it is electronic. There's the compass and here's the speed. All information depends on how many satellites it accesses. Here's the number of satellites. And this other device here is miles per gallon. It shows consumption. So, if I see that you are, let's say, consuming a lot, then just lower your foot a little, slow down the velocity, and you'll see the difference, without losing power, with care, but you can maintain a slightly more economical pace. So it's an econometer. I don't know how to say. But actually this instrument helps us to save gasoline. So the econometer is a created word by us, but true.
Here we have this ball that we haven't tested properly yet. We're experimenting. And here's the mirror.
The mirror and a camera behind it. There's a rear view camera here too on the fireplace. Yes, there is only one key on the fireplace. There are one little key. And there's the rear camera here. This is a normal car reverse camera, but here is the mirror camera. This is the back view. But we have the front camera too, or both.
This is the back view, but you can show the front and both images together as well.
If the little red ball is blinking, it is recording. It records 24 hours a day, it's always on. There is no problem with the battery, because with solar I have plenty of battery. So, I leave it on so that someone can look at the front, the back, anything. It has a certain extra security, and he's recording all the time. If you have an accident, you have proof that you were not at fault. Stuff like that. Helps a lot.
If I'm not mistaken, you can see it on your cell phone too, right?
Yes, you can see it. I don't know how far it is, but on your cell phone you can see it.
That's all instruments, right?
There is support here to place a cell phone to chat. And here's another camera too. You can need to add another camera. And this thing can be moved. It's with Velcro. This entire surface accepts Velcro.
Yes, so you can go wherever you want. This is a panel protector. Won't let it crack. We've seen several cracked cars there because it's very hot here.
Yes. So, this protects. And another thing, I placed the instruments. The 3 instruments I placed on top precisely for that reason. There are people who place the instruments down here on the dashboard, but they receive direct sun. They'll crash much sooner. There's no sun here. It's protected. Don't bother me. You can look directly.
Here is a little further away, and it doesn't take attention away from the road, right?
Yes, don't take attention away from the road or street.
This, for me, was an exceptional addendum. Why? This little net holds dirt and does not retain water. How can I not have dirt that goes in the gray box? The one in the gray box sink. So it can clog, it can spoil. So I have this little net full of. Normally I fill a little net like this and look, it fills it up a lot. It expands a lot. It's like tulle. And I throw that in the trash at the end of the day. I usually fill one of these after a day of cooking. Guys, I almost forgot. This was a very significant improvement for me. That faucet comes out. So if I need to wash something big, I have a way to do it. And before there was a tap, it was here hard. And I had to put things down here to wash. And I couldn't afford to wash anything big. So I bought this faucet and Raul installed it. And let me show you. Okay, I turned on the water. Look how beautiful. I can switch to jet. Come strong, come with pressure. And the other improvement we made is here. It's the filtered water. It is the filter that the water comes here double filtered. Why? Because there's a filter down here. And on tap when we go camping or in parks. Another filter is placed next to the faucet, so it is filtered twice. Here we did this. I really liked it. In fact, I have to touch up here that too fell. It is a 3D wallpaper. I think he's very handsome. There's even a video we made of it. The card will be up here. And it's the kitchen renovation. Another kitchen renovation was adding this microwave. In addition to being a microwave, it is also an air fryer and a normal oven. So he cooks wonderfully. It was 2 centimeters bigger than the original one I had here. So Raul had to cut it, because here I add the seasoning. And he had to make this box smaller to fit this microwave. He regretted it so much. He did a lot of work.
It's not just that. The problem is that the microwave externally does not heat up, but the regular oven, the air fryer, gets hot. So I had to do something to reduce this heat. Protect the wood, right? They say that someone once caught their hand on fire because it was an oven like that. So what did I do? First, I opened the oven. I put a whole aluminum and glass insulation inside, now to regulate the temperature a little. On the outside, I placed another stainless steel skin. Stainless steel and thermal insulator. Between the wood and the oven is stainless steel. And I placed, behind it, a turbine of this size. That blows when you turn on the oven. I plugged it in. When I turn on the microwave, it doesn't need to be turned on. But when I turn on the oven, really hot, it takes the heat from the oven and throws it where? To exit the extractor fan. Then, the heat from the oven goes out into the extractor fan itself. The extractor fan is for this 2 burners. But I made the connection to the turbine. So, in here, the wood doesn't heat up at all. The wood looks perfectly fine. There's no danger. I think it's a well-done thing. I congratulate to me.
Here is now the cupboard where I take things to cook. Here we have 2 modifications. One of them is this box where I put the long things that don't fit in the drawer. Here you have a knife, a bottle opener, a spatula, a ladle, a spoon. There are several things. The other change we made was to add these elastic bands to hold things together. He's quite tough, quite strong. Before we use this bar, which is an extension bar, it increases or decreases according to your needs. Many people even use this in the refrigerator, but it was a very annoying thing to put on and take off. Take off and put on. So we chose to leave the elastics on. So as you thread it, it decreases in size. And now I'm going to sell this. Only the elastics will remain. Here's the toilet. Here I put this support to hold a broom. Here I'm going to put another one, which is for a mop to clean this floor. And here's the support. This is the support which is placed in the middle of the awning. And this one is to open the awning, and it looked great there. We changed this faucet. Shower faucet here. The shower just turns here. Here is the black curtain that you go around here, and you are isolated inside this curtain to take a shower. As it is black, you can't see anything. You are fully protected. Here is an intimate shower that we have here. Look. Here are the commands for it. And here's one, which is for cleaning above the solar panel. And that's it. Here are the beautiful pillows that I bought. This one is the happy and the another is together is our favorite place to be. This table. Look, it took me a while to convince Raul to buy it because it wasn't cheap, but I managed to convince. And she is fully articulated. It stays as we want. Even at bedtime, she stays here on top of this other table and doesn't bother either of us to sleep.
That was a good acquisition. Very good. I loved.
This table is very practical. One of the improvements of having is because the original table installed bloke to open the drawer, and this table with that leg doesn't do that. The other small table that was here and was right in front of the table. And then there was no way to access the drawers. And we throw everything small in these drawers. The bottom drawer is Raul's and the top drawer is mine. Here, you can see that Raul's mattress is raised. That was an improvement he had made only on my side. So I said, you'll want it on your side too. Then he did it on his side. Here is the improvement that Raul made. First on my side and then he did it on his because he was jealous of me.
Yes, it is true. That helps a little, right?
Yes, it helps to watch TV, not to lie down completely.
And I made it super simple. With some wood, some screws, I made each one in 5 minutes. There's nothing sophisticated about it, which is raising the mattress so we can be more inclined to watch the television.
Where's the television, Raul?
It's practically in its original location. This is the technology sector. Everything technology is here. It has tools, it has a multimeter, it has a little bit of everything that is technology. So let's take this out here. Here's the video cassette, and there are some books too. Well, there are plenty of books, right? We read a lot. Here drill and that. But television, we read when we're little. Very practical, very comfortable.
And it can also be used as a second monitor for the notebook.
Yes. For May, it is very comfortable in her work of editing videos. And there's the TV here.
And Raul sometimes stays here working and watches local TV. And there's an antenna that he put up.
And you can also turn on your cell phone and watch YouTube.
Yes, because we have a cable that connects to the cell phone and we can play YouTube. No need to turn on the TV.
No? Okay.
A big improvement that we made recently was the control of heating. The heating here had horrible control, very old, from the time the motorhome was built. And we didn't have precision as to what temperature it was, neither the one you had nor the one you were asking to have. And then we bought this now and it was very useful. We've already tried it. Now it's 86 degrees in here, Fahrenheit. And in non-gringo temperatures, it is 30 degrees Celsius. Because we're used to Fahrenheit at home, so we continue with this unit of temperature. This one is, what's it called?
A cell phone holder.
Yes, Raul loved the idea of putting it in front of his bed and his cell phone here, so he can watch YouTube or something he wants.
If I want to watch a movie or something longer, I turn on the TV, but if not, I watch it on my cell phone.
Here we have a handle which helps a lot when you are lying down.
When you are lying down, you are supposed to get up. Then we have this hanger. If not, I would have to support it here and there. It is difficult. Instead, but with this is fast and comfy, already sat down. You don't need as much to lie down as you do to turn around. To turn around, hold on from here. Super comfortable. He is very strong. And leather with iron inside. I think it's from a suitcase, I guess. I don't know. I found it in Amazon.
And here, This is also a very strong place. It is a wood that goes from this side to another.
I think it's iron, not wood.
Is it iron?
It's iron, I guess. If it's not iron, it's a mixture of iron and wood.
Here he replaced all the light bulbs with LEDs.
I think this was already in the video when we bought it, because it was the first thing I did. I didn't like the old lights. It got hot. It consumed a lot of battery. A very old thing. I put everything LED.
Even the one here was broken, right? It was circular.
I put it. I could turn on one. I could turn on both. Strong light, low consumption, and cheap.
And there in the corners we have one for each one. But they are very strong. So what did we do? We bought one small USB lamp. To work this USB lamp, Raul add 2 USB ports and a 12 volt. Raul placed one of these on each side, so here we can place this light. It has 3 intensities. A no for intensities and off.
The light is weak. It's not like this one is very strong. Don't wake up anyone. It doesn't disturb anyone from sleeping. If you read something, the other person is asleep. Perfect.
Here he put this hanger here, for you to hang anything you need. There's a hat, there's a cap. I don't really like hanging my hat because I think it will deform it. The solar panel controller.
Oh, well, yes. The solar panel controller. The cells go down here, and from here they go straight to the battery. So the cable is as short as possible. And right after, almost on top of the batteries, is the inverter. 120V with 2500W. Very good. This another camera.
I was awarded at a Brazilian fair here. And then before having the mirror, we put this one back here.
She also records all the time. But I didn't take it off.
Because you let hard work to put here.
Yes. So it will also record anything from an accident that may occur. We can prove that we were not at fault.
And here is one of the last things we did to improve, which was the air conditioning. This air conditioning normally in others Rodrexes?
8,000 BTUs. The original, which comes with 8,000 BTU.
And then we put it at?
5,000.
5,000 BTU, which is enough, right?
Totally. In fact, 8,000 BTU is overkill. Here we are in Florida, it is very hot, and with 5,000 BTU, it cools perfectly, with a consumption that is more or less half that of 8,000 BTU. Consumption is important. Because of what? Because I use solar. The solar charges the batteries, and at night, I can use this in battery. For the road trek folks, it can be used on battery power overnight. And this model has a button that leaves it in economical mode. Turns it on and off several times.
The card on top.
Yes, exactly. We never need to turn on the generator. I keep the generator if I need it, if it's cloudy, if I don't have enough battery. That's fine, but if not, we use it with solar. What else?
Here, Raul had an idea, because in the other one we had placed the paper towel here, which took up a lot of space. And then he put this in, guys, we found this paper towel holder, which fits like a glove here. And then we put it here, close the door, and open it if necessary. Down here we have a little trash can, and I think that's all gone here. What is this little red light, Raul?
Well, the red one that flashes indicates that the pump is on. Always, we do forget, and look, maybe we forget more, but show the bomb is on. The pump, if you forget to turn it on and it ends up running out of water, you're sure the pump will be damaged. So, to avoid leaving the bomb on, I also placed a light here. Here there is a little light on the dashboard, very tiny.
Which is out of our sight, right?
Exactly. In exchange, this here, you are close by. You can see it from anywhere. If you are on the camera, you can see it. It is strong. And I also put a timer. After 10 minutes of being on, it rings the bell. So, it's a very weak bell, but it reminds the person who forgot the water on. Even when taking a shower, 10 minutes is enough. So, it's a safety measure not to forget. And this light, which turns on and off, is from the small fan that I placed here in the refrigerator, down here. What happens? I placed 2 sensors. Here they are. And the sensors are the ones that send it via radio.
One is in the fridge and the other is in the freezer.
Exactly. One in the freezer for a refrigerator. If I put it back there, the temperature was 1. If I placed it on the door, the temperature was lower. In exchange, now, no matter where the sensor is, the temperature is the same, because the fan circulates the air inside the refrigerator. I think the best idea, I recommend it to everyone who has this type of refrigerator, is to put a small fan inside.
And these boxes are for us to carry out a test of taking things. Before, many things were left behind without access. You spend a lot of time with the door open to get food. And since it's in boxes, it's easier for you to take the box out, close the door, get what you want, then open it and put the box back. So let's do some tests to see if this works properly. Look at the radio that we also bought, which we already had here. And that radio roll put in a fireplace. This radio is very interesting, it's very good. And it connects via Wi-Fi, right?
With what? With my cell phone? By Bluetooth.
So by Bluetooth, you can answer your phone and everything too.
The instruments, I think I already showed.
It showed in the video that we are going to leave the card on top. Yes, but there were these two below that were additions, right?
Yes. From here on down, everything was addition. These instruments, when you look at the instruments, you had to open the door and look inside. Take out what was there. This was very uncomfortable. When you looked at the instruments, before the road trek was ours, you had to open the door and look inside the cabinet. It was very uncomfortable. I don't know how the previous owners used it this way for so long time. What did I do? I bought the cables, drilled the holes and passed this over here. In addition, here I have the voltage of the car battery, not from the house part. Voltage of the car battery I wanted to observe. And here I put it. You can see it. Just let me put on. It's 2 seconds. It's going to show. I turned on the inverter and here it appears. 119 volts, 0 amps, nothing is connected, 60 cycles.
He clicked here, the inverter.
Yes, whether connected to the socket, connected to the inverter, and connected to the refrigerator. It will show what electricity I have available or am using. Well, this came from the inside out. Also, here is the refrigerator thermometer.
Those sensors you saw are shown here.
Here it shows the freezer temperature at the top, the refrigerator temperature, and the room temperature. Now it's out of battery, it stopped. There's no point in putting it in. But it's there. And here is the clock. From 7 in the evening to 7 in the morning, it disconnects the refrigerator. Why? If you are using it, it only disconnects the 12-volt part. If you are plugging it into an outlet, there is no problem. It stays plugged in and keeps cooling down. If you are using the fridge with gas, that's no problem either. But if you're using the refrigerator on battery power, which happens sometimes, you are on the move, you forgot. If you leave the refrigerator running, the battery can't handle it. An all-night battery won't hold up. And early in the morning, you will find the battery watered. So what happens? At night she calls. And usually at a time when you won't be opening the refrigerator door. In other words, the cold is preserved. So a form of protection to guarantee that there will be a battery. And it's not difficult for you to use the 12-volt battery. But you can forget.
Not only that, but for example, when we sleep in a restaurant or somewhere in Bondoking, we have nowhere to connect the power.
The right thing to do would be to turn on the gas. Turn on the gas and everything will be fine. But what if you forget? If you forget, the risk of discharging the battery is huge. So this is extra protection. Here is the solar controller remote control. Here you have all the information. The same information you have there is here. And you practically don't need to touch it here. It is fully automatic. And here is the inverter remote, which is basically on and off. Here I turned it off, and that's it. Here I posted it a little while ago. This is the carbon monoxide sensor, and this one is smoke.
Well, folks, that was up there, and whenever I cooked, he would call and make a noise. It was tremendous. Then Raul put it here.
And I also put another sensor, which is gas, loss of LPG or propane, whatever it is called. And this one is at the bottom because the gas is heavier than the air. If there is a gas leak, it goes down. Here's a vacuum cleaner, wireless. And the umbrella.
And here is something very good, because there's a little light here. That when we open the door and we have a light to illuminate the stairs, because it is by movement. And have another one in the bathroom. Deep down. Look there. It turns on a little light. What happens? You can't see the tiny light, now you can see well because it's daytime. But at night it makes a difference. Why? This light is enough for you to go to the bathroom and not wake up the other person who is sleeping in bed.
Imagine if you had to turn on that bright light.
Wow! Wake up everyone.
And with this minimal light, you don't wake up the other.
And it shows that too.
Here I also place these sockets of 5 volts. There are 4 USB sockets and is the voltage that is coming in, but this voltmeter is not very accurate because in reality it is a little more. And here is a 12 volt. And here on this button, I put off this one and the other 2 at the back on each person's bed. The cell phone can be charged back there, but it can also be charged here. There's always a lot to charger. And here you can see cables, everything for charger, anything.
It became a charger station. This is the air conditioning remote control.
My mat.
Ah, this mat is so beautiful. But it's dangerous to use because it's made of ceramic. I'm afraid of dropping it and breaking it.
Yes.
This closet was a clothes rack. This is the push-in lock. Anything extra comes here. And the hangers were here. The problem is that they shook and knocked here. And it was very uncomfortable when the car was moving. And we used very little. So what did we do? 2 shelves. Everything that isn't from Roadtrack, but that we need to carry when we travel, comes here. For example, camera accessories, sewing machine. There's a little hole there that puts. So that's it. We showed the improvements to our Roadtrack 99 Dodge 190 Popular, and I hope you liked it. We like a lot of comments. Give it a like. Look, the video is a little long, but it's super cool. Send it to your friends, to family members who like the same topic. We do it with love and it takes a lot of work to edit and create a second language. And subscribe if you are not already subscribed. And leave comments, it could be an emoji. This makes engagement a boost for more people to get to know us. Come with us.